As a survivor of polio as a child, I've always emphasized and empathized with children battling life-threatening or disabling disorders. I also have a special place in my heart for those who work day in and day out to help kids who are battling childhood diseases. That's especially true when these researchers and physicians are working with children in my home state of Kentucky at places like the University of Louisville, University of Kentucky, and Kosar Children's Hospital. And that's why I've long been a strong supporter of pediatric medical research. I co-sponsored and helped shepherd the Childhood Cancer Act of 2008 through the Senate. I also voted for the Combating Autism Act of 2006, and as Republican leader helped to secure its reauthorization in 2011. These weren't partisan initiatives. They were areas where the two parties have generally worked together to advance the common good. Maybe that's why we don't hear much about them. But I think we all agree there's more that can be done. Late last year, the House passed bipartisan legislation, which I strongly support, to shift funding from lower priority programs to pediatric research, including childhood cancers, autism, Down syndrome, Fragile X, and the countless other disorders and diseases that affect our children and don't yet have a cure. These efforts could be paid for by using taxpayer funding of the Republican and Democratic political conventions. And frankly, it's hard to imagine there would be any objection to moving these funds to do something we can all agree is a very high priority, and that's pediatric research. Thanks to the leadership of House Majority Leader Eric Cantor, the Gabriella Miller Kids First Research Act, which was named in honor of a young girl from Virginia, passed the House on a wide bipartisan majority with nearly 300 votes. After it arrived in the Senate, I asked my colleagues on the Republican side to pass it and send it to the President for his signature, because I saw the positive impact designating these funds would have on pediatric research. All Republicans agreed to pass this bill back on January the 7th, and today marks the 63rd day that Senate Democrats have failed to act, although I must say I understand it is now cleared, and I think that's excellent. It's past time we pass this bill out of the Senate, and I believe we're about to do that. This is the type of bipartisan legislation that should move easily through the Senate. We should be able to pass the measure today. It's my understanding we will be able to do that. And therefore, Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that the Senate proceed to immediate consideration of calendar number 289, H.R. 2019.